All right. Well, it should be streaming on the tube. You guys probably can hear me. I just have the feeling when somebody comes on, I'm not going to be able to hear them. That's almost certainly going to be the problem. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll have to play by ear. And I can do a different background too, guys. I know I did this one yesterday, but I can certainly do a different one. There's like a 50% chance I'm not going to be able to hear him when he comes out this guest. Thanks, Rachel. Well, I guess he's not up. King, I tried inviting you. I don't know what happened, but I did try inviting you. Hello, May. How are you? Thank you. Make sure you guys send in your heart me if you can. Yeah, I didn't stream for a good couple weeks, John. Although I did stream yesterday for the first time in a few weeks, but yeah, I'm just getting back into it. So I'm sure only a few people saw me yesterday. I wasn't live for a super long time. Hey, Tic Tac, Azula, hello. Yeah, I was live yesterday for like 2 hours, which is normally a little bit shorter than I generally would do. I just needed a break for a while, but I'm back at it now. I'm just gonna have to pace myself a little bit better because I don't think I can be doing like two streams a day for like a couple hours each. I think I'm gonna have to pace myself better so I don't have these periods where I take a lot of time off. Anyways, if you're watching me on the tube, if you guys can like it over there, comment, and subscribe. I'm waiting for the first guest to come up to see if I can hear them because before I stopped doing live for a few weeks, I was having audio issues streaming on both and whatever, so we'll have to see how it plays out here. A little bit, Danny, although it kind of seems to attract them actually. Thank you. Thank you for the heart me. Blaming Cito sounds like a good thing to blame. That's always a good fallback. Always a good fallback. All right. Oh, is that the gift goal, the heart me thing? I didn't even realize that. I may have to change it. Well, two more heart me's and we'll get to it anyway. So if we can just get one more to get to the heart me goal. I don't know why I was set to that. I'll have to switch it to something else. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Either way, make sure you guys send in your heart me's. That's why I don't make it the gift goal because it's something that should be sent anyhow. Let me set up a different one real quickly. We'll do the roses. We'll just do a bunch of them. 500 roses. Thank you, Rachel. Okay. All right. I set the gift goal. It's just 500 roses. Yeah, I know, I know, I know, I know. A lot of people are worried. I've had many, many, many people tell me such. To those watching on the tube, I see 17 people watching over there. How are you? Make sure you guys give me a sub. I know I haven't streamed in quite a while on the tube, so I'm back. For anybody that was watching me. David, I see your text. I'm happy the video is clear. That's nice. The audio is easy to fix if there's an issue, so I'm glad the video is clear. Why haven't they made it? Doesn't work with glass. Yeah, I know, Tic Tac. It's really annoying with the glasses. It kind of smushes them in here. These glasses are sort of loose anyway, so it's actually nice because without this, I look down, my glasses sort of fall off. So it actually kind of helps in a way, but I feel yeah. Listen, guys, I really needed the break. it was just it was a lot doing the lives for as much as I was doing them. I don't know how like really big creators do it every day, multiple times a day, and don't take breaks. Like I can only imagine how much or how tough it can be when you have thousands and thousands of people watching you every single time. But yeah, I'm in Seattle right now. I know I mentioned that yesterday. I'm in Seattle. I got here yesterday, visited my parents or my stepmom and dad. I'm going to be here until next Wednesday. So I'm going to be on a different time zone than normal. So right now, where I am, it's almost 12:30. So which would be 3:30 my usual time. I didn't go live last night, but I'm sure I'll go live here at night at least a couple times. You know, I don't know if I'm going to be doing two lives a day. Again, I'm trying to pace myself a little bit better. But when I do go live at night here, it's going to be a different time than you guys are used to. Thank you, Caitlin. You lived in Seattle for a year? It's nice here. I mean, it depends on, I guess, what part of Seattle. I mean, the whole area is pretty expensive. The area is nice. I like it. Good food here, good area. I obviously like the politics here better than back in Florida. But I don't know if I'd want to live here. I mean, the only reason why I would live here is because my parents live here. Other than that, I wouldn't live here. Where have I been? I just stopped going live for a good few weeks. Yeah, exactly, Marina. My my vote would it would hold a lot more weight in Florida. Yeah, I just stopped going live for a few weeks with no announcement whatsoever. I just stopped going live. Is my father still playing? I mean, he in general, yes, he is. Currently, right now, no, he's at work. My stepmom and dad are at work, so I'm just kind of hanging here at home. Yeah, I mean, I told a couple people I was okay, so hopefully they pass the word on. If not, sorry. I was going for a while. Yeah, a couple weeks. A couple weeks in the internet world is like years. Seriously, like a few days feels like weeks or months in the internet world, especially with politics. The news cycle changes so quickly. No flugelhorn today. He was playing it yesterday though. Barely alive, but alive. Ibrahim, if you can drop for now, I think you're one of those guests from the Middle East or something. But yeah, if you can drop, I'm only looking for opposition. It is forever an algorithm time for sure. I was still training people. It's not like I stopped doing everything. I was still training my clients at the gym. But yeah, in between the clients, I was just being lazy, laying in bed, watching TV, playing video games. Those were the three things I was doing when I was not streaming and not training people. Laying in bed, playing video games, going on my phone, watching TV, cycling back and forth. That's what I've heard, Marley, that there's like very little ops these days, even when people have a lot of viewers. Like I know, like Santana and a couple other people, they still get a lot of people watching, but it just doesn't seem like they're getting as much guests. Thank you, Kate or Katie. You watched Nuremberg yesterday? I've been wanting to watch that. It's worth watching. What streaming service is it on again? I saw it the other day, and I don't remember what I saw it on though. Uh, Chief, that's fine, man. But you can come on up, I guess. It's a weird thing to say. Yeah, is it only like the hardcore MAGA that's left? I would imagine at this point that's the case. Rami Malek, that's the guy from whatever that show is. I don't know. Can't think of the name of it. You guys know what I'm talking about, though. Netflix. Okay, gotcha. Well, I know he was in Bohemian Rhapsody. What was that? What was the show that Rami Malek was in? Robot. Yeah, Robot something. I am no, not I am Robot. Robot something, right? What was the name of it? I Robot. That's the name of it. My Robot. I don't think that's it. Mr. Robot. Four different guesses. I Robot, My Robot, Mr. Robot. We're on the same page. We got it. There we go. Mr. Mr. Robotic. Hey Hector, how you doing? What's up, man? Third time's a charm, right, guys? I Robot is the movie with Will Smith, right? That's I Robot. That movie came out like 20 years ago. That was a pretty good movie, I Robot. Wasn't too bad. Define hate. I think if you need me to define hate, I think that's a problem in of itself. I think if your only contention with the background is that we may be using different definitions of hate, then I'm not sure this is going to bode well for you. He's famous for throwing shit around a hotel lobby, like literal shit or figurative shit. All right. Hopefully, I can hear this person here. I have a feeling it's not going to work. Hey, yeah, you're speaking, right? Yeah, I can
Hey,
hear
how's it
you, of
going, man? Can
course.
you hear me?
Give me 1 second, guys, to mess with the volume here.
Okay.
Hold on, man. I'm sorry. I knew this was going to happen. Um, Let me see here. And the problem is, I don't know if it's going to be an issue until somebody comes up. Yeah, everything's connected of how it should be. Let me do this. Still there? Nah, no.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. What's going on?
Oh, now I hear you. We're good. Okay. Hey, how you doing? How old are you?
Okay. I'm 32, Arizona.
Cool. All right, man. What's going on? Oh, I lived in Arizona for a handful of years. I lived in Tucson for about five, and I lived in Scottsdale for about 1 year.
Scottsdale is, I think, pinnacle America.
It's a very nice area. Very nice area.
Yeah. Cool.
Anyways, what's up?
So there's an interesting prompt you got going on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man. Let's take on immigration. Let's do it.
All
It's a
right.
tough one.
Sure.
So I don't believe MAGA hates immigrants. I know that there are some outliers, but I don't reflect the extremist portion who does hate immigrants.
Okay.
But as far as the reformation of American immigration, I think it's needed. It's been needed for a while. There needs to be a stop promising amnesty. Amnesty didn't work with Reagan. And if we're going to figure out a system, we have to figure out a system that doesn't destroy our middle class and keeps correction on those who profit off of immigration.
So are you saying immigration right now is hurting the middle class?
Yeah, immigration currently is hurting the middle class. The wealthy use it to use the undocumented labor to undercut markets.
How is it hurting the middle class specifically?
It hurts job valuations. It hurts labor pools. It breaks unions up. They're scabs without knowing they're scabs.
They're what?
They're scabs without knowing that they're scabs. So
So are
all of
you?
the jobs.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No,
No,
go
no,
ahead.
no. Go ahead. Finish it. I'm just sorry. Are you insinuating that if we had zero immigration, that it would be better for the middle class, or are you saying that there's a certain number that would be okay?
We need to regulate the terms of immigration The 14th has to be looked at because if we do give them documentation under working class visas, then the 14th has to be reviewed as far as them having children on U.S. soil, being citizens.
Okay. So are you supporting right now what Trump is doing? Do you wish he did more, or what's your criticism or critique of what he's done?
The initial start of it was pretty decent, and then it got just overly aggressive. The thing with the National Guard was disgusting. It's an infringement on states' rights and civil rights. Currently, it's in limbo. The stuff with the TSA I don't get. That's weird. But he tried to get mass deportation for farm workers, and he was
Hmm.
immediately shut down by people in our own party. And I think that he's just stuck in the swamp of the profiteers from undocumented labor.
Who's specifically part of the swamp that you think is stopping him? Are you saying people within the Republican Party? Since I would assume so, since they have the majority.
People in the Republican and the Democratic Party. It's those who profit off of undocumented labor that are going to keep pushing back and lobbying so that immigration always stays on a topic between you and I. Because you and I believe that those people should be treated properly and should have opportunity to work jobs that we have available for them and should have some form of rights under the Constitution.
Yeah, of course they get rights under the Constitution. Do they get the exact rights that U.S. born citizens do? No, but they still get sort of baseline rights. But who in the Republican Party is do you think stopping it from happening or preventing it?
It would be lobbyists. So the farmers lobbyist. I believe that there are real estate firms that have lobbyists as well. As far as a specific name, I don't know a specific name, but I do understand that whoever represented the farmers lobby definitely pushed back on him in Florida when he tried to get mass immigration applied to those farm territories.
But what specifically was shot down though? Like during like what was proposed during Trump's administration so far that has been shut down by Republicans specifically
So Trump
that they were
intended to
trying to
send
do.
ICE. Trump intended to send ICE to farm workers and just remove all of the farm workers and make that labor market have to be American based, so that the farmers would have to pay either a livable wage, increase circumstances around those laborers, and find a middle ground between themselves and the labor market within citizens to do so. And the
But
farmers
the
push back on them.
no, but hang on. There were multiple farmers who pointed out they tried to get American workers at higher wages, and they just couldn't get them because Americans don't want to do backbreaking work in fields. Why would you do that when you can get the same wage sitting on your butt in an office, with air conditioning, where you're not putting your body on the line?
So then they weren't paying up to the margin of the task, correct?
No, no, they had. I don't think you listened to me, did you?
You stated that farmers attempted to pay higher wages if there was no market for it because they would get paid the same sitting on their butt in an office. That's verbatim what you said.
Uh-huh.
That means that the farmers did not pay a competitive wage.
No, they were paying a competitive wage.
Do you understand what competitive wage means, ma'am?
Yes, I do understand what competitive wage means. It means that you're paying a wage that is matching the other people in the same market as you.
Not correct.
That's
Competitive wage
no, that
also
is what a
means,
competitive wage
ma'am,
is, my love.
it also means you must be able to bring a labor pool to your market. So if your wage isn't competitive to other markets, then it's not a competitive wage.
What do you do for a job?
Why is that relevant?
What do you do for a job?
This isn't a personal conversation.
What do you do for a job?
I don't think she's trying to dox or anything. I think she's just trying to
I'm
relate it
not. I
back to the
just want to know what
conversation.
you. So, for
Yeah,
example,
I don't think that that's relevant.
I'm a teacher, right?
Okay.
If they paid me more than I get paid to be a teacher, but I have to be out in the cold, out in those blazing hot sunshine, I'm not doing that job because there's an element of comfortability that people expect, and the jobs that people will do that are out, in inclement weather or in very hot weather and are uncomfortable, those jobs typically are very highly paid.
Great. So I like that that's your frame of mind. If these people had proper documentation, then why would they still choose to do these hard jobs if they had the availability of staying comfortable?
No. Can you just address what I said rather than pivoting onto something else?
Didn't have a question
My
there.
point to you is people. I firmly believe that people more and more today are trying to work to live rather than live to work. And people do not want to go out and do 12-hour days picking shit out of fields because it is a hideous, back-breaking job. You ruin your body. Nobody wants to do that. And by all means, if you want to be paying, $20 for a bag of potatoes, or you go ahead. But I just don't think that that is reasonable to ask people to do.
Did you have a question in there?
No, I made a statement.
Correct. And your statement would say is that the immigrants are so stupid that when they would get proper documentation, they would still be willing to do backbreaking work instead of looking for a better market with proper documentation that they could go into and live comfortably. Is that what you're stating?
Sorry, say that again.
You're stating that the immigrants, if they were legalized or given proper documentation, would be willing to continue to do this backbreaking work because they're too stupid and unskilled to go into other job markets.
No. Sorry, my love. Don't put words in my mouth.
Then what are you
never
saying?
said the word. I never said the word stupid. I never said the word unskilled.
So are you saying that immigrants wouldn't take advantage of the other available positions? Why wouldn't they?
It depends on a number of things, doesn't it? Because in order to get certain jobs, we have to have a certain level of education. We have to have a certain level of language skills. We have to have a certain level of work experience in order to get certain types of jobs. Do you disagree?
I think that you're making it in a very elitist argument. I do agree.
Sorry.
Are you stating that
How am
immigrants?
I wrong?
What's elitist about it?
Yeah, because
Can you tell me how I'm wrong?
you're stating that these immigrants, once they receive the proper documentation, cannot get that experience, cannot get that education.
No, I never stated that.
That's what you're saying.
Never
This
stated
is very
that.
white privileged conversation that you're having.
I never stated that.
This is exactly
MAGA, are you denying that an immigrant is not going to have additional barriers put in place for these kinds of jobs compared to a native-born citizen in many cases? Are you just pretending that doesn't exist?
I'm stating that they would try to compete in the environment even though they don't have the best options to do so, which is why they came to this country in the first place.
You're acknowledging additional barriers.
I would like to finish my statement before you cut me off. Hang on, sir. I'd like to finish my statement.
Hold on, because I'm gonna stop you there.
This isn't your show. So
Oh my god, just one at a time. Whoever, one at a time. I don't give a shit. Just one at a time.
I'm finishing my statement. Don't cut me off. So you asked me what the position is. The position is that we have a legal restriction for them getting into these better jobs. You remove that legal restriction, why would they not try to compete within the rest of the American market?
They can try to, however, they would be at a significant disadvantage in most cases. That's just the reality of the situation. So again, I bring you back to my question. Are you denying that there are not additional barriers for immigrants compared to native-born citizens in many cases?
I'm going to quote you on the very thing that Malcolm X said. This is the ideology.
Please answer my question.
This is the ideology of the leftist American who states
Corey,
that's not the quote. I know the quote. That's not the quote.
Corey, what you're doing, first of all, your screen name is fucking wild, and
so get off my mic because
quite frankly, disgusting. But secondly,
Chill, dude.
I don't know what you don't get about that I'm talking.
I asked you. So here's the deal, MAGA Daddy.
So you asked me a question and I'm responding. You don't get to determine how I respond.
So here's the deal. I asked you a yes or a no question. You're going to be a big boy now and answer my yes or no question with a yes or a no, and then you can expand upon it if you would like.
To determine the parameters that I answer, sir.
Hi there. So
that's fine if you want to run a panel. You run the panel how you want to, but this isn't your panel.
Hold on. I'm not trying to run the panel. I'm trying to talk to you like an adult.
We don't get to have parameters on how I answer a question.
Actually, I do want a yes or no question. It's like,
keep tapping and sharing, guys. We're going to get to new gets at 25,000 likes. We are looking for opposition, so we'll continue to discuss for now. But once we get to 25K, if we have somebody in the box that's an op, we can get to them, okay?
are you telling me that you can't answer a yes or no question? That you're just incapable of it? Do you not have the intelligence to answer a yes or no question with a yes or no? Do you just lack? Do you lack the IQ points to do that?
Corey, I'm setting up a boundary where I'm not providing you to pigeonhole me into a conversation.
I'm sorry. So you're not able to engage like an adult. That's fine, as long as you can admit.
I'm offering you equal terms of conversation, and you're saying no. I want my terms.
Corey, I think
this is
weird.
Doug. This is a weird.
I think I understand. He can't answer the yes or no question without engaging in a whole weird Malcolm X fallacy.
There are nuances to answers, is the point, ma'am. That's what it is.
But here's the thing: my question accommodates for nuances because it is not a sum total. It is in general. Would an immigrant have additional barriers in place for entering additional higher skill parts of the labor market compared to a native-born citizen? It's a yes or a no. And like,
that would not prevent them from wanting to compete in that market, though.
There's nothing preventing me from wanting to become a Blue Angel pilot. The fact that I had to get LASIK and my eyes are not good enough for it, though, however, does prevent me. So again, getting back to my question.
Did you just make a eugenist argument against immigrants? That's a eugenist argument.
Oh my God, that was not. Jesus Christ.
Are there additional barriers that might make it harder for immigrants to engage in higher skill labor markets compared to native-born citizens on the basis of not being from here, right? In general, are there going to be additional barriers? Yes or no? That's the question.
Doug, is this how it's going to go, man?
Get out of the meta.
Him talking and then you responding and then you talking, him responding. Yes, that's how it's going to go.
Corey,
typically how conversations go.
Can I give an example of this?
Of
right.
Course.
I'm a teacher, which requires a certain number of No, I'm talking now. Be quiet. Okay. I'm a teacher, which requires a certain number of qualifications. For example, I have to have a certain number of GCSEs. I have to have a certain number of A-levels in particular subjects. I also need to have a degree and I also need to have a teaching qualification. Somebody who has none of those things can absolutely apply for a job as a teacher, but are they going to get a job as a teacher? No, because they do not have the requisite requirements. Now, if someone was a migrant and they had like the lower qualifications needed and they had a degree and maybe they'd been a teacher in another country, they could then go to teacher training in this country, and as long as they met all of the criteria after the years of teacher training they would need, then they could apply for that job. But my question would be, how would they live in the meantime?
Yeah, and that's fair. And again, see, the reason why
question, or you just gonna add on to it?
MAGA Daddy, you were given an opportunity to engage like an adult, and you're refusing to do so. So now,
is it going to be part of the conversation, or do you need to move on with that? What's the point? So if you just want to circle jerk, that's fine, dude. But I thought this wasn't
again. Are you happy? Are you willing to engage in the conversation?
She asked me a question. Listen, she asked me an open-ended
question. Are you willing to answer a question
with an ended question, and I'm applying
yes or no and expand on that?
Corey, I don't care what your parameters are. You are no one to me. This is someone else's show.
Well, unfortunately, Doug made a mistake and gave me access to this.
That's fine.
You'll be all right, man.
To be fair, I'm not setting unrealistic parameters. I'm just asking you to, I'm not even saying you can't expand upon that. You can't add nuance to your answer. But the question is a yes or a no question, right? You can't, if you take a test and you're given A, B, C, or D, you can't write in E. I don't know if you didn't get a middle school education, but that's not something available to you.
Corey, can I suggest we do something? So in teaching, we do this thing called "What a Good One Looks Like," and it's where we model to the children. We model anyway. Shushies. We model to the children a good example of what we're talking about. So, Corey, why don't you ask me the question and I'll model a good response? Off you go.
Erica, that's a fantastic idea. Erica, would you say that immigrants are oftentimes placed with that immigrants often have additional barriers in place that may prevent them from getting more high
It's called an
skilled
echo
labor
chamber. If you guys are
jobs.
just going to ask each other questions,
Corey, thank you very much for your question. I would say yes, there are significant barriers in place, and
my
this is where
answer,
you add the
my
nuance.
answer is that
However,
those individuals
how,
would live off of.
however,
Oh my
how,
gosh.
however, there may be people who have equivalent qualifications in their own country and only need a little bit of extra training in order to carry out the job somewhere else.
Wow, Erica, thank you very much for that answer. You know, it really helps explain where you stand with this and certain barriers that may be in place for immigrants that may also helpfully address perhaps a misunderstanding MAGA Daddy had earlier about one of your previous statements. Thank you very much. Now,
So
MAGA,
America,
Austin in the request box. We'll get to you shortly. You look like opposition. We can get to you at 25,000 likes. So if you guys want a new one, just have a little bit quicker.
so America does have a first generation immigration demographic that we can look at. They also compete and are successful at a higher rate. The Asian American demographic is the top performing demographic in America, and they do so based on immigration and legal immigration. Now, what you're stating to me is, why don't we provide this opportunity to an undocumented class as well? They would just run off of that model and be more successful, or at least competitive to the current market on the same job basis.
there's no basis to assume that.
Most certainly there is.
No, there's not, especially because the undocumented immigrant is oftentimes coming in here because of a lack of opportunity and resources already available to them. They're going to, in general, again, not always, I'm speaking in generalities because that's how adults can do things sometimes. They're going to typically have lower skill levels than other individuals who had the resources to immigrate here legally. That is just a sad reality of the
Andy, thank you
immigration.
so much.
So you're stating that you're depending on this uneducated labor pool to stay uneducated. That's
No,
what the legal
my
goal
guy,
is.
not at all.
That's what
As a
you're
matter of
stating.
fact, I fully believe that we should. I fully believe in amnesty as well as granting work visas much more easily, so that these people have work protections, don't have to worry about things, and are able to actually build up, accumulate wealth, and help hopefully seek education and a better life. Because I believe in the American dream still. So the fun part about this is I just recognize how immigration has worked in the United States for generations, and that is the system we're still currently in for the most part.
So
Hell, man.
because because your claim is that you hope that they'll get to this level of an American dream doesn't mean that it's a reality, because you just admitted the fact that the sad reality is that America does need a lower or uneducated class to function on a capitalistic society. That is a fact. The
We,
basis, hang on, Erica. I'd like to finish my statement. The basis of progressiveness and progressive economic policies is to make sure that that lower class isn't so destitute.
I agree with you. So you know what we should do? We should ensure a higher minimum wage and include immigrants with that. Which is why, again, if we make it easier for people to obtain visas, they still have those worker protections. And they also get higher wages and more ability to accumulate wealth. I'm glad that we agree. Oh, I didn't know that you were a progressive like me.
Those aren't cooperative terms, and you have to still have a consequence for those who would choose to profiteer off the situation. Now, we do have
Okay.
democratic states. Hang on, we do have democratic states who also deny those opportunities and who also don't have those opportunities. California,
Wow.
for example, has one of the highest minimum wages. So does Arizona as well. Now, is that being
Weird.
successful for their? Is
Why,
that
why,
successful?
wait, why,
Hang on,
why
I'm
the
not
fuck?
responding.
Why the fuck would I care that if a Democrat state or a Republican state is oppressive towards people? I oppose the oppression in either way, and I'm not saying the Democrats are always doing a better job. However, when we talk about immigration as well as undocumented immigrants and stuff in this regards, the fact of the matter is that every argument you make is just silly.
There
well,
still has to be a
Corey,
consequence and regulation for the market
hang
itself.
on, hang on. Um,
Go ahead.
Corey, am I right in saying that the Trump administration has been terrible at prosecuting employers who are employing undocumented workers? It's kind of like I'm gonna compare it to something, right? They So when they prosecute people like schmex workers, right, as opposed to prosecuting the people that employ them, they have a far lower level of kind of keeping that that work out of certain areas. If you were to prosecute the people that were employing them and fining them a large enough amount of money that it put them off employing undocumented workers, that would be a far better strategy, because first of all, you would dissuade people from coming to the US in the first place because there would be no one to employ them. And secondly, you would be stopping the companies and making money for the country. Whereas by focusing on the actual undocumented migrants themselves, you are costing your country money.
Well, so starting with your first point, Erica, I'm so glad you asked. The answer is yes. The Trump administration has been terrible at holding employers accountable. As a matter of fact, within the first year, Donald Trump was starting to say, hey, you know what? Maybe with these undocumented workers, we'll just we'll just trust the employers, especially farmers, to watch over them specifically and to swear by them, while not actually improving their lot in life because, Republicans have never actually cared about the well-being of immigrants.
Guys, we're almost at 25,000 likes. We have two ops in the box, it looks like. So if you guys just tap quick, we can get the new one like pretty shortly.
Your second point, Erica, was along the
You want to
lines
assist me off for one of them, bro? I gotta go.
Okay, I guess we'll get to a new one now. Okay, if you guys are enjoying the live, make sure you keep tapping. Make sure you follow Corey, Erica, and myself. If you guys all can send in your heart me's, that would be great. My pay links are in the bio. It's Dougie9192. If you want me to read any question or comment out loud to the chat along with that pay link, certainly not needed, but I do appreciate it.
I really hope you let one rather than the other up, only because I have something to ask them.
The one and only?
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried letting Austin up, but I don't think he's in the live anymore. So yes, it now will be the one and only.
Oh, hi.
Hello, Eric.
Hello, Doug, and hello, Erica.
How are you?
Eric, don't you owe Matt money?
Ooh.
Not rigged that bad.
No, don't you owe Matt money because you said the name of the wrong person?
What happened?
No, he rigged the bet.
No, so Eric went into Matt's live, and I can't remember the details, but Eric claimed something about a politician, and he said the wrong name. And he said that he would come back the following day to get his money. Only weirdly, Eric has not been back to Matt's live since.
What was the who was the politician's name?
I can't remember. He meant Anthony Weiner. It was about the
I remember Anthony Weiner. Yeah, I remember that.
But he said somebody else's name, and weirdly, he's not been back since. In fact, I might share this with Matt.
I'll have to go to Matt's. I've talked to Matt since then.
Not in his live, you haven't.
No, you're correct. In his live, I have not. You are correct.
Okay.
But I have talked to him.
I'm in a bit of a gambling mood today, so can I place a bet and you know what, see if I get the under or over on it? I bet there's going to be an allegation made, and when we ask for a source, it's going to be an AI source where the individual cannot even click on the hyperlink to show where the AI is pulling the information from. I'm going to make that bet right now. I'm going to put $5 on it. If anyone wants to take the under or over on it, I'm excited. But I'll shut up for the rest of this one.
I'm not taking that bet because I'm not stupid.
All right. So I just was curious if you guys were up on the California governor race. What's going on in California?
I don't live in California, so I'm not like super caught up with it or familiar with it. I don't know if Corey or Erica.
It's pretty interesting. Normally, California has two Democrats that go into the lead, so you don't even have a Republican to vote for. But this time around, two Republicans are going to enter the race for the governor.
Who are those two Republicans?
16%, one at 17%.
Who's
and
the two
then the
Republicans?
Democrats are 12 and 13.
Who's the two Republicans? I'm just curious. I want to look them up.
Steve, I don't know his last name, Wilkoff or Wilk something, and then Sheriff Chad Bianco.
All right, let me look here. California.
Eric, just so you don't make yourself sound stupid in the future.
Oh, and how many what state do you get the most elected?
Eric, I started talking and then you started talking. Don't do that. It's called a gubernatorial race. Just so that you don't look silly in the future, it's called a gubernatorial race.
So, who are the two?
You can call it whatever you want.
Chad Bianco, is that one of them? And
Yep.
Steve Hilton.
Yeah.
Okay, one
Steve
of
Hilton.
them's a sheriff, and one's a Fox News host.
Yeah. That's what I said.
I don't.
Sheriff Chad
Yeah.
Bianco.
I don't know anything about their specific politics, though. I'd have to look into it.
So do you know what state gets the most electoral votes out of all 50 states?
I believe it is
Eric.
California. Yeah, it is California.
California.
So would that be a loss to the Democrat Party if they lost 54 electoral votes?
Hang
But
on,
that's going to be
Wait,
happening
wait.
right around
That's
the
not how
corner
it
anyway.
works. That's not
Eric,
going to happen.
the governor's race gives nobody any electoral votes. You know that,
That's
right?
not how it works.
Oh, I know how it works.
Okay,
So-
but
Apparently
California for the
When was the
foreseeable
last
future
time
is never going to go
California's been
blue or red.
Doug?
Last
Wait,
time it's gone
Eric.
red, probably Reagan.
Eric, I have
If I
a
were to
question for you
guess.
because you claim to know how it works. So, what role does the governor play in voting for president?
Oh, I know it doesn't. What I know is if your state is red now, then there's a good chance that they're going to vote for a right-leaning president, right? That means
No.
Well-
so I grew up in
Hang on.
Wisconsin, for example.
Yeah.
And
if we're going to win the governor, then we're probably going to win
No.
I don't-
for the president.
No, I don't think that's
Eric-
how it works.
Eric, let
Eric,
me explain.
Eric.
to you.
Okay, you're right,
Hang on,
because
Corey.
the 7 swing states
Hang on,
from
Eric.
one.
Eric,
So,
do you
you could be
remember
right.
when Arnold Schwarzenegger was governor of California?
yeah, we were both on the front page of the newspaper on the same
Cool.
day.
I bet you were. Just
let her
not
finish her
both
point,
for
'cause
crimes.
it's a good point.
Just not both for crimes, I imagine. But
Don't
what
hate on
party?
the player, hate the game.
What party was he from?
I don't know. I wasn't political then. I would give
He
a fuck
was-
about Arnold
he
Schwarzenegger.
was-
You don't have to have-
California.
We all have access to the internet. He was a Republican, and yet California still voted
went blue.
Democrat.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised he even became the governor of California.
Wait, the one and only.
Okay,
the
well
one
then
and
that
only-
goes against your talking point then.
What the hell did the Terminator have to do with California politics?
Well, he lived there for a while, but let me throw this out
Wait,
there.
what
too.
does Trump? What did
lived
Trump
there
have to
for
do
a
with
while.
politics? What did Trump have to do with
Where was
politics?
he from? Australia or somewhere?
Austria.
Austria.
Yeah, the motherfucker.
Okay. Well, then,
He had a
you know,
big ass
wait,
motherfucking accent to be governor of fucking
wait, so-
California.
Eric, let me throw this out there. Then, because,
Australian.
Eric, let me use a different example. I'm from
Whatever,
Wisconsin, right?
Call it what you
Wisconsin-
want, dude.
Hold on.
If
Wisconsin.
you so
currently
guys are
has-
so smart, how are you on the wrong side of fucking history?
Okay. What are we on the wrong
everybody
side of
got
history
quiet
of?
real quick.
What are we on the wrong side of history of?
Doug, did you get the jab?
What are we on the wrong side of history of?
I'm just asking you, did you get the jab?
I'm not going to have that conversation on TikTok.
Well, that's part of the wrong side of history. So
Well, just because you're stupid and don't understand science, that
that's
doesn't mean
because
I'm on the wrong
I'm
side of history.
stupid.
Yes.
Bro, they recalled one after they put it in multiple people's body, and now they got a black label warning that they're putting
Wait,
on
the
it.
one
But
and only-
I'm stupid.
Which vaccine was recalled? Which vaccine was recalled?
J&J.
Which one?
J&J, you didn't know which one?
Which was a viral vector vaccine.
Were any
Not
of the
an
mRNA
accurate-
vaccines recalled ever?
I mean, well, how many
I'm sorry. It's a
vaccines
yes
were
or
able
no.
to stay on the shelf and given to people after they unalived how many or injured how many?
Eric, none of the mRNA vaccines were recalled. Only a viral vector vaccine was recalled from AstraZeneca as well as J&J. Those were the only two.
J&J was not given for COVID.
Oh my
my
God.
God, Eric, you are I'm willing to get a ban for this. You are the stupidest fucking human I have ever encountered, ever in the history of ever.
I can't say that. You're
I'm
talking
glad,
about.
I'm glad you feel that way, Erica. You're funny. I saw a
You're-
picture of you. You're like I said, you're like the chick from the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. The little Oompa Loompas.
Oh, I am. Am
Yeah.
I?
Okay, cool. Your affinity for conspiracy theories, I think, gets in the way of truth sometimes. I think you so badly want to
So you didn't
believe
see what
conspiracy
Japan
theories.
did? Japan tested
I think you just didn't respond to
unvaccinated
anything
and
I said.
vaccinated. You didn't see the Japan test. They came out trials.
What's the specific study?
They tested 18 million people that were bad.
Erica, you got a violation. Erica has come up under a different account. She called it. She called it. She was going to go.
She did. Yeah, no, she knew it was gonna come. TikTok's gotten real strict with I get restrictions every day for calling people idiots, cowards.
You shouldn't have got one for that, because that I didn't feel like that accounted for one.
Yeah, well, this is what happens when conservatives take over social media. Freedom of speech goes away real quickly because conservatives have zero respect for First Amendment rights or for saying words. Anyways, though, getting back onto this, what's the name of this Japanese study you're talking about?
Man, it should be pretty
I want to
easy
look it
to
up too.
type in. Japan did a study on vaccinated and unvaccinated for COVID, dude. Come on.
Okay, so I'm going to type in Japan study vaccinated.
Yep.
All right.
COVID. Don't just say vaccinated. Put COVID.
I know how to look stuff up, Eric. I found it by looking up the way I looked it up. Thanks.
Well, I'm glad you found it, because I wasn't bullshitting.
All right. Let's see. All right. So what are you saying? What are you saying the study said? I just want to make sure we get your understanding of it first.
The study said that people that got it were healthier than the people that didn't get it.
Healthier in which way? How did they study? How did they measure
healthiness? What do you mean, which way? How about you just read the thing and tell me?
I'm just curious as to how you measure healthiness.
But you're also
what do you mean how you measure healthiness?
How do you measure healthiness? What metric are you using?
Wait, but he also just
you go to the gym, right? You know what healthy is.
Right, but there's not one metric that determines health.
So if the people that didn't take it didn't have all these extra side effects from that.
Okay. Like what?
How about you just keep reading it, because you're trying to get me booby trapped like
I'm asking you your understanding of it.
Well, guess what? I got my understanding of it,
you.
Doug. Most definitely.
It doesn't seem like you do.
I'm not going to have to talk in code or tiptoe around this convo, so that way I don't get, like I said, because that's what you're trying to have happen.
I'm just trying to get your understanding.
So how about you just read the thing and get what it says? Because I read it and I completely understand what it says, and I didn't get the jab.
But you don't. You don't, because you're not able to repeat it.
And you think you're going to read it and tell me differently than what it says?
Mm-hmm.
Because anybody in your chat can look it up too, bro, and they're going to read it for themselves, and they can see what it says too.
Okay. I want to be clear here, because you did previously say that people who got it were healthier than people who didn't get it. So, I mean...
So what does it say in there, Corey?
No, I'm just saying that's what you said, so I'm giving you a
chance
to...
What does it say in there?
I'm just giving you a chance to correct yourself real quick. Because if you're saying that people who got the vaccine were healthier than people who didn't get the vaccine...
No, don't reverse it, buddy.
That's what you said.
I said the people that did not get it are healthier than the people that did.
Okay.
And I'm claiming I didn't get it, and I'm one of those people.
What is the specific name of the study? Because the study I'm looking at right now appears to be an increase of cases due to the Omicron variant, which was seen worldwide. So I might be looking at the wrong study.
I think I see the study that he's referring to. I think he drew the wrong conclusion, though.
I'm pretty sure I see it. SARS-CoV-2 mRNA myocarditis relation?
Yeah.
There you go. I think you're getting into the right direction.
No, well, I think I may have found. For the one that I see is excess mortality during and after the COVID-19 emergency in Japan, a two-stage interrupted time series design that did explode on social media, giving people the impression that it led to more unalivings. So I can see how Eric believed it.
It was a test that they did, Doug, that people didn't have it and people that got it, okay?
So I want to be clear.
And they've done that in multiple different areas. What about in a certain area where the princess died unalived from it right after taking it, and they were suing everybody?
Who? Princess of what? What princess?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't remember exactly what country it was. You want me to Google search it for you real quick? Because I could find it real quick.
Bro, yes, because I need to get $5. Yes.
Because I need to get $5.
It's a.
You don't think I'm going to have the link that it came with for you?
Are you
going to pay me $5 if I show you the link it came with?
I'm looking forward.
Because your bet was I was going to use AI with no link, right?
I'm looking forward to it.
So you're going to shoot me the $5?
Let's see what you do first, because you didn't take my bet.
Oh, now you're scared to shoot me 5, but you were willing to take it real quick.
Oh, you know what? I'll give you $5. Why not?
Yeah, I thought I'd push you into a corner. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So while he's pulling up whatever you're trying to pull up, I'm pretty sure I see what he's referring to. That drawing a causation correlation fallacy, showing that during the time period between it looks like 21 and 2023 in Japan, that deaths did go up while there were more vaccines, but we also saw COVID going on during that time as well, an increase of COVID unalivings. And I think it would be very, very poor understanding of this to draw the conclusion that it was the vaccine specifically that led to those unalivings when this doesn't show a cause and effect whatsoever. Oh, Erica, you're back in the box. Sorry.
I didn't see her either. I didn't see the request. The whole thing I was looking at though is again like this is when the Omicron variant came out, and we did recognize limited vaccine efficacy as more variants came out. That's why you get booster shots. That's the whole point of booster shots.
Oh yeah, Lynn, thank you for the $1 on one of the pay links. I don't know which one. I can't see it here, but thank you, Lynn. LYNNE, W Lynn in the comments. It says Project Warp Speed is literally the only good thing Trump did during his first term, and his supporters hate it. Yes, Lynn, very ironic. That like one of the very few good things that occurred during his administration, they seem to dislike.
I just want Eric to turn on his camera while I have my camera on. Tell me I look like an Oompa Loompa, and then we'll see whether the comments think I'm better at looking.
So to be fair, he wasn't calling you an Oompa Loompa. He was saying that you look like a Veronica Salt.
Yeah. The one that ate the blueberry thing, right?
Salt.
Yeah.
The one that turned into a blueberry? Yeah.
I think Eric should turn.
No, I think
his
she's talking about the
camera
blueberry one, I thought.
Yeah,
I
think
whatever.
the blueberry one. I want Eric to turn his camera on so we can all see how he looks like a rodent. So turn your camera on, Eric.
I swear it was Veruca. You know what, Eric? I was being.
Are you going to turn? Wait,
my camera's on.
Erica's camera's on. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Everyone else here is not afraid to show their face because.
Well, why doesn't she have videos on her page?
I do, but I'm private, Eric.
Oh, you got videos of you on there, Erica. You know what I
So go on, Eric. Turn your camera on, and we'll see who everyone thinks is better looking.
Well, obviously, if you guys are in your page, they're probably going to say you are. But give me a break.
Go on, turn your camera on, Eric.
Why aren't you married yet?
I don't want to get married, Eric.
Yeah, that's what the most ugly women say. I don't want to get married.
Are you married, Eric?
Eric, can you just pull up what you're trying to pull up, Eric, please?
Eric, I'm only single because your mother said I need to.
USA Today, Reuters. Would you like me to get you a few more?
How about those aren't helpful, my guy. Could you give us like?
Those are links to the
those would be a link to the study probably, but it's not a link to the actual study.
Well, I never said it was the link to this.
And that would be my $5, everybody.
You want the Japan study? Oh no, that is not. I'll get you the Japan study. Hang on, I'll be right back.
When you come
I think you said that 10 minutes ago.
I'll put my camera on for you, Erica.
Yeah.
All right, guys, keep tapping, everybody.
I just want everyone to see how much you resemble Ratatouille from the movie Ratatouille.
Guys, let's tap to 50,000 likes. If you all can help get there, that would be great. We can get to a new guest at
Erica,
that point.
How much extra body fat do you have on your body?
Jesus Christ, Eric, just get what you're trying to get. Please, stop getting distracted.
Yeah, if you could not be a piece of shit for like 13 seconds, that'd be appreciated. Real quick, I'm going to break 100 real quick for myself on this bet.
You're asking a lot. Can you not be a piece of shit for 13 seconds?
I'm
such a shitty thing to say.
I'm going to ask Eric how much muscle he has because I bet it's a minus figure.
A negative amount of muscle. I hope everybody's having a good day. If you're just joining, oh my God, Eric just got a violation. Eric, you can come under a different account. You insulted Erica. Eric, you insulted Erica too much, I think. That was the reason.
You know what? To be fair, one violation for one violation. They're really can't.
We're even now, right? We're even. All right, let's get to the next guest in the meantime. We are like for opposition. If you guys are enjoying live, make sure you send in your heart me. If everybody can do that, that'd be great. If you're joining live, follow myself, Erica, and Corey. Thank you. Hey, Brent.
Yeah,
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I just need to. I'm great, thanks. I just need to know your age real quickly for TikTok TOS.
47.
All right, buddy. What's on your mind?
Just thinking about what's going on in Iran and all that right now.
Okay. Yeah. What's your thoughts?
Well, they sent 3,000 uh 82nd Airborne troops over there,
Correct. hmm And what do you
and
think
then
about that?
before that, I think it's good.
Okay.
They protect them.
Why so?
To protect the other troops there. You know, you got the Marines over there. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the SEALs are over there.
Okay. Um, do you think it's good that we're over there in general? It sounds like you're okay with that.
No, no, I don't.
So why would it be good that we put troops on the ground? Because that sounds like it's going to put us more, I guess, quote unquote, into there and make it more of a forever type of war, rather than what he initially said that was going to be a quick in and out thing.
I don't think it's gonna last as long as OIF and all that.
I mean, it may not last 10 or
7
15
years.
years, but I think anything lasting more than like a month or two turns into like a thing that nobody ever wanted to begin with, and that he ran on not having specifically.
It can. It could last a while, but I mean, did they really have? No one really knows. Did they have biological weapons?
There was no evidence provided that they
See,
had any nuclear capabilities.
anyone
Are
can
you
say
talking
that, but
about? Are
we
you
don't
talking about
know.
Iran, Brent?
Well, what other wars going on?
Well,
Yeah.
nobody. The reason I'm confused is because you said biological weapons. Nobody accused Iran of having biological weapons. They accused them of having nuclear weapons.
Actually, I'd go one step further. Iran
My
having
bad.
biological weapons is
Holy
incredibly
crap!
unlikely
Okay,
given their history. Like, if you do you know about the Iran-Iraq War?
I was over in Iraq
Cool.
on
Well,
that war.
that's great. But the Iran-Iraq War. So this would happen before we invaded Iraq.
No, I don't.
Cool. So in that war, Saddam Hussein used chemical and biological weapons against the Iranian military. There was never any retaliation from the Iranians in the same way. It's very unlikely Iran would develop chemical weapons on that basis, because if they had, they would have used them already.
So you don't think
Uh,
they have any?
Brent, do you have a
No,
TV on
there's
in the
no.
background? It sounds like you might have a TV on. If you don't mind lowering that, I'd appreciate it. Just we can hear it pretty clearly.
I don't think they have biological weapons, because if they did, they could have utilized those biological weapons against protesters, because that's exactly the kind of thing that Saddam Hussein did. He did it on the Kurdish people, for example. So that's something that you're able to release and affect. Like, you can kind of like look at the size of the group that you are affecting with that.
Do you
Not
think
only
North
that,
Korea has it?
well, we can get to that, but not only that. In relation back to Iran, if this was something that was such a threat, Trump would have talked about this. We would have spoke about this during his campaign. Right, like if it was that big of a threat, because right now he's saying that, oh, they've been a threat for a long time. Well, why has he never spoken about it? Why is it only just in the last month or so that he's spoken about it?
They've been a
If they were that
threat
big
for
of a
over
threat,
40 years.
but he
40
never
years.
spoke about it ever. Out of
Yeah.
nowhere, he just said it.
Yeah. I think the other presidents just didn't have the balls, and Trump has the balls to do it.
I think that's an
Wait,
odd way of
the
looking
other
at it. I think it's quite the
That's
opposite,
the way I look
actually.
at it.
I think they had the
uh,
balls to tell Netanyahu, no, we're not going to go to war for you. I think they all had balls, minus Trump.
And also, I want to remind you, Brent, and everybody else, that Donald Trump said that Kamala Harris would get you into a war, right?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out, I don't know if you've noticed, Donald Trump has got you into a war. He said he was the peacetime president, and that he had stopped all of these different wars around the world, and that he should win the Nobel Peace Prize. And yet, he's the one who's ended up getting you into a war.
I mean, I just want to add real quick. This whole, like, Iran's been a threat to the United States. Iran has no capability of hitting the United States, and even then,
Not
can
even
you name
remotely
a
close.
single unprompted attack on the United States from Iran over the past 10 years? Completely unprompted, not a response to some sort of a US-based aggression?
I guarantee you they have stuff that can reach the United States.
They don't.
What then? Why
Based on
haven't
what
they?
information?
They don't have ICBMs.
They don't even have a remotely close to that technology.
No.
I don't know. I would not trust them.
Well,
Okay,
well, hang on a
well,
minute,
but-
though, Brent. So,
It's not
so,
about trust.
well, even without ICBMs, they could arguably hit like Ramstein Air Base from Iran, and they haven't.
And that's kind of what brings us back to, can you name a single time Iran has attacked U.S. forces that wasn't in response to U.S. or Israeli aggression?
It's not.
So my real recollect. No, I can't right now. No.
Yeah, because they don't do it. Iran's stance primarily is retaliatory.
Then how come they made that speech? They said, if you get anywhere close to us, you guys will find out.
Because that's
Why did it-
defensive, Brent.
Well, but that would be anybody. That would be any country, of course. If you attack us,
what
yeah,
happens-
we're going to attack you back.
What happens if an unidentified aircraft tries to fly into U.S.-based airspace? Do we just kind of let it do its thing, or do we typically send, the Air Force?
They'll send somebody. Yeah.
As a defensive measure, right, Brent?
Yeah, it'll be a defensive measure. Yeah.
Okay.
But,
So,
I mean, you gotta think too.
but no. But Brent, you've got to understand that's a defensive measure on Iran's behalf. They also are going to take defensive measures, right?
Anyone would, yes.
Right. So it's understandable that they would say that, then, isn't it?
You'd expect a country to say that.
Yes, in a way, yeah.
Do you expect them, Brent, because it's the United States, to just go, no, you can just bomb us, mate. It's fine, not a problem. Just do what you like, because you're the United States, so we're not going to do. Do you expect them to do that?
No,
Then,
but I don't trust them. I don't trust
well,
Russia.
I don't trust
North
them, but I
Korea,
also don't trust Donald Trump, Brent.
China.
But if you do,
You know
I
what?
don't trust any of them.
I think trust is really important here. I'm sorry, Doug, you were about to say something.
no, I'm just wondering if you don't trust Russia, or I think you said China, why don't we go to war with them and invade them?
You know what? It can guarantee you it could be soon. Just watch. I'm pretty.
I mean, that's going to lead. That is going to lead to
United
World War
States.
III.
I mean,
I
they're
have
already
to
here,
say,
too,
the
so-
phrase "I guarantee you it could be soon"
Oh, it would happen.
is an interesting use of the word "could." You
Could.
can't guarantee that something could happen soon. You either guarantee that it will or that it won't.
I bet you a draft will happen soon. Just watch. They'll open the draft back up. It will.
That's okay. I mean, that's not like a good thing to bet on.
No, it's not.
No, I
it's
don't
not.
feel like going back in. Brent, you say trust though.
I'll volunteer to go back in.
Go now. Fucking recruiting stations right down the block, probably. But
How
beyond
old are
that-
you,
Go for it,
Brent?
man.
I'm 47.
Yeah, they
Of
won't.
course.
I don't think they'll have you.
If I could volunteer,
Eh.
if they open it up, I volunteer. I can go.
I'm sure. Anyways, Brent, you talk about trust though, and I find that really interesting because, in 2019, I believe, the United States actually had a deal with Iran, the JCPOA. By the way, Iran was adhering to the JCPOA. Who ended the JCPOA unilaterally?
Was that Trump?
It was Trump. Afterwards, Iran, because there were no longer any restrictions, did begin enriching uranium. And then in the summer of 2025, the United States sat down with Iran to negotiate with them, hoping to curtail and limit their uranium enrichment. There were 2 talks, and then Iran said, yeah, we're looking forward to having a 3rd round of talks. And then what happened in the summer of 2025?
Oh, I don't remember.
The United States struck them along with Israel. And then 3 weeks ago, after about a month of additional negotiating, rounds of negotiating in which Jared Kushner said Iran was willing to hand over all of their fissile material, giving into 6 out of the 7 demands that the United States levied upon them. What happened again?
You tell me.
The United States struck them along with Israel. Can you talk about trust? Who is the more trustworthy individual or the more trustworthy country in this? The United States, who consistently bombs countries who we are attempting to negotiate with, or the countries that didn't violate any of the agreements and keep getting bombed?
Who do we trust?
No, who's
United
more
States.
who's more trustworthy? The country that keeps
United
bombing
States.
people who are sitting down to negotiate, or the country that keeps getting bombed but has previously adhered to different agreements?
So you're saying that we should be the one that they should be scared of, correct?
No, I'm saying we're the untrustworthy ones. If you're talking about trust, we are less trustworthy right now than Iran. And this is not praising Iran. But surely, if you're going to say, oh, I don't trust these people, they have no reason to trust us anymore because we violated every agreement. We have attacked them when they were willing to talk.
And when did they want to talk? When?
A month ago, Jared Kushner and, I'm blanking on Steve Witkoff were two of the primary people to negotiate with Iran over a month ago. Jared Kushner openly stated Iran was willing to hand over all their fissile material.
And the
No, that's a
Qataris
lie.
said literally the Qataris who were no, it wasn't it was a guy from Oman actually, I think, who was mediating the talks. He said the day before the US struck Iran that first time in this particular section of the conflict, that the talks were going well and that Iran was very amenable to what the US was asking. And then the day after that, the US struck them. So how is it that we know that there were talks going on and we know that the people that were mediating those talks are very happy with the way that they were going, but something happened? What was it that occurred? Because Iran didn't do anything. They didn't strike the US or, anything like that in that period of time.
I mean, you think Trump's really just going to go over there and attack him for nothing? Do you really?
We just watched it happen. I mean, Trump has had to change
for nothing.
Yeah, Trump's had to change his war goals 3 times now, right? Because he doesn't have any further justification for what he did. Literally, there are leaked documents previously that he was just trying to start a fight with one of our Latin American neighbors, right? He does this. He is a warmonger.
And I
And you
think
can say that
there is
about Bush too, right? Say that
I
about
think that,
Bush.
well, no,
Yeah,
Bush was
Bush isn't
definitely a
president.
warmonger.
Bush
We
isn't
all
president
know
right
that.
now, but yes.
But yeah,
But I want to say as well, there is a kind of here. Boris Johnson was a prime example of this. He wanted to be Winston Churchill. He wanted to be remembered for something big, right? And I think when you get these kind of malignant narcissist leaders, they want their name on the history books. He wants his face on Mount Rushmore. He wants a Nobel Peace Prize. He wants all of this stuff. I wouldn't put it past him just for his narcissism alone to start a war just because he thinks his name will appear more times in the history book.
Well, his name is going to appear in the history book.
Yeah, and not in a good way, Brent.
Most
Okay,
likely not.
very first president that met with North Korea.
and give
I don't think that's going to be.
The very first
But
president ever.
that's not going to
walked
be seen
across
as a good thing in the future. I don't see how that's going to
Yeah,
be portrayed
No,
as a
but
good
that
thing.
should be history, correct?
Brent, why did he have to meet with the
I mean,
North
sure,
Korean
but
leader? Why did he have to meet with him, Brent?
I don't know. I mean,
It's because they nearly started a nuclear apocalypse over Twitter, Brent.
What's so funny is just like North Korea within a couple of months resumed their testing programs. They just
nothing
got
changed.
legitimate-
Not a single thing changed.
All it was he legitimized another dictator. But hey Brent, I have a question for you. If I'm president and I'm the first president to just launch all of our nukes for no reason, I'll be put in the history books.
Yeah, but not a good thing. But
well, anyone can say that. Yeah, I mean,
well, that's the point.
but you're meeting with somebody, I mean, that should be history.
Yeah, but what
Again.
was the positive outcome of that, Brent?
The outcome of him going over there?
No, what was the positive outcome?
Yeah. What good thing occurred because of it?
You're talking on your phone.
Mrs. Brent told Brent it was time
to get off. Time to get off your phone. Playtime is over. I hope everybody's having a great day. If you guys are enjoying live, click the red follow button on the top left. Give Erica a follow, Corey a follow. Show them a little bit of support, guys. See if we can get them to 1,000 coins. Pay links are in my bio if you want to show support. Gifts as well to show support. Not needed, but I appreciate it. Jimmy, you are loading. Steph, Lyric, thank you. Jimmy, I don't think you're loading.
I was very excited about the Eric versus Erica face-off. I'm going to be honest with you.
I mean, Eric can come back under a different account. I believe he has more than one, right? Hey, Jimmy. What's up, Jimmy? How you doing? How are you?
Great.
You sound a little far away. Are you on speakerphone?
Are you in a submarine, Jimmy?
Jimmy, are you driving right now?
We all live in a yellow submarine. All right, you there?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Yeah, I hear you, sort of. It's still some background noise, though.
Did y'all think the sorry, I'm in the woods. Did y'all think the deal with Iran was good?
Which one?
With Obama?
The JCPOA?
Yeah.
It was effective.
Yep.
Yeah, it was an effective deal.
I didn't ask was it effective. I said was it good?
Yeah.
Well, good's subjective, Jimmy. Good is a subjective word.
Yeah.
Right.
I
if you're forcing,
it's your opinion. If you think it's good, it's good. But I didn't think it was good.
What did you not like about it? What was your issue?
It didn't address the ballistic missiles that they mass produce. It didn't address. It only addressed the nuclear up to 10 to 15 years, and then it died out. There was
but it would be better than nothing, right? Yeah, sure, it wasn't perfect, but it certainly was better than having no deal.
They're supposedly cooking up a new deal, aren't they?
No, so here's the deal. They will never negotiate with us again because we just bombed them when they were there to negotiate. But as for it didn't curtail their ballistic weapons, it wasn't intended to. The JCPOA specifically was intended to discuss their nuclear armament. Nothing else. Only their nuclear enrichment. And when we look at the deal for what it was intended for, it was an effective deal that allowed for international regulation of Iran's nuclear programs. It kept them.
Trump. I just seen a video today. I thought Trump just come out today and said they're working on negotiations, and Vance and everybody's gonna be there.
Trump also said he ended 7 wars. Man, are we able to Are we able to take what Trump says with a grain of salt yet, or are we still believing him?
I think they'll work on a deal.
I have a question for you.
What deal are they working on that you know of besides just Trump saying so?
I mean, I don't know the exact name of the deal.
But why are they denying
it? So it's not.
But why are they denying it? As soon as Trump said, "Hey, we're having talks," they said, "No, we're not."
Trump's advocating to make the nuclear program, to get rid of it completely, and then also to kill out some of their ballistic capabilities. So, he's just trying to make it better than what it was.
Well, but I don't see how that would be the case, because what we had before was still, as Corey said, I'll use the word effective, but they can still have nuclear capability. It's just that you can't go over 7%, right? I think denying them any nuclear capability would not be a good thing, considering nuclear would be a form of energy that they can use.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that, like, for instance, the housing that they had to put the nuclear power in, they made specific housings for it. Anyways, they were building stuff to hold a higher percentage. So anyways, they're trying to get rid of that capability. Like, they're trying to get rid of the ins and outs.
I thought we got rid of that last July. Did we not completely eliminate their nuclear capabilities last July when Trump?
So was said. Yeah, apparently.
I doubt it.
Well, why did they say so?
I mean, that country's been there for what, since the beginning of time. There's so many tunnels and probably underground caves that nobody knows about. This got shit in it.
We knew exactly where their nuclear program was. We knew.
We knew what we knew, but we don't know what we don't know.
Jimmy,
do you think
Well, yeah, no duh.
Jimmy, do you think it's easy to hide uranium enrichment?
I didn't say it was easy, but I mean, we're dealing with a big ass country that can hide it anywhere in the desert. What do you mean?
But it's easy to track where they're enriching uranium because, like, do you? I don't know. It's very hard. It's albeit almost impossible to hide it. There's a reason why everybody knows where Israel's nuclear weapons are.
Well, I mean, Israel's the size of New Jersey. I mean,
people know where our nuclear weapons are.
Oh, we kind of map ours out and tell everybody where everything is. I don't know why America does that.
We know where Russia's are. We know where North Korea's are. We know where China's are. We know where Pakistan's are. We know where India's are. We know where France's are. We know where the UK's are.
We know what they tell us.
Oh my God.
They don't tell us. I mean, just like my name, for instance, on TikTok. You know me as Jimmy Jit. Do you know that's my real name? No, it's not my fucking real name. But that's what I'm saying. You know what I give you, so you get what I'm saying.
We don't need them to tell us anything. What you don't understand is that we can detect nuclear.
I'm not saying that they got to tell us. I'm saying that we still don't know everything. Like, for instance, with the ballistic capability that they got, we thought they'd be out of ammunition in a few days, and they're still shooting shit.
Wait, no,
like,
that's not
we don't
true.
know. We don't know how much shit they got. We really don't.
That's not true. Our own military advisors were pointing out that Iran had enough capability to maintain a conflict like this for months, and that we did not. Literally, they told Trump not to do this because we didn't have the logistics in place for these strikes. We knew.
I doubt it. You don't really know.
We were talking about this 5 weeks ago. The Navy, the U.S. Navy was telling Trump they don't have the munitions or the logistics for sustained operations.
I guess. I mean, it's whatever. But so you think Harris would have handled this situation better?
I think that was a deflection. So I'm sorry. Oh, you, Doug.
No, it's a real question.
I don't see how it would be worse than it is right now. I think we wouldn't be at war right now.
Yeah, but they'd be doing what they want to do over there, right?
I think they never had any nuclear capability per Trump's own intelligence.
See, Harris and Biden's cabinet, they were more like just throw money at it, it'll go away type deal.
That's not true.
Well, at least Trump goes in there with some real power.
That's not true. Biden and Harris didn't give Iran money.
I didn't say Iran. I'm just saying their problems. I mean, like, for instance, the Ukraine and Russia war, they just threw money at it. Go away.
That's not true.
Go away.
Hold on. The majority of aid given to Ukraine.
How did that work out?
First of all, Ukraine is still a sovereign country and to launch one of the largest counteroffensives.
Yeah, they lost like a third of their country, though.
Actually, they've just retaken a significant portion of it. But, Jimmy, also, primarily what we gave Ukraine was old military equipment that was costing us money to maintain. Ukraine is overwhelmingly winning the war.
I doubt it.
They're launching a counteroffensive and driving the Russians back. The Russians have realized that the only way they can take the Donbass is to focus all of their military effort on the Donbass, and even then it will take them years.
I don't know. I had to look more into that. Last time I looked at it, they took like a third of their country. Like, it was pretty significant.
Jimmy, quick question for you. How did we know that the Russians had developed nukes during the Cold War?
I have no idea. How did we know?
Okay. I was just wondering if you knew.
I don't know. I don't know. I was not even the Cold War. I weren't even thought about back then, so I don't know.
Okay.
Well, it's just relevant to what we're talking about here in some way.
Yeah, it was a mixture of two things. It was intelligence And it was ostensibly sophisticated for the time Geiger counters, where they can tell if people are enriching uranium because it gives off a trace that travels. And for example, do you know that do you know what Chernobyl is, Jimmy, or was?
You said Chernobyl?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what Chernobyl is. What's Chernobyl?
Okay, so that was a nuclear power plant in the country that is now Ukraine, but at the time it was part of the USSR. But there was an accident at Chernobyl which basically caused the core to explode, right? We didn't find out about that because
Why you're talking about the USSR?
hang on, Jimmy.
Okay.
We
'Cause
didn't
it's-
find out about that because Russia told us that it happened. We found out about it because they detected the radiation in Sweden.
Yeah, well,
We can detect
when was this?
radiation.
When was this? How many years ago?
That was in the 1980s, Jimmy.
Hmm.
And things have got far more sophisticated since
That's
then.
That's my point. I mean, you can.
No, that
I'm
goes more
sure
to our point that we have
they
more
can-
technology now
They
to
can harness
detect it.
this. But what I'm saying is, on the opposite end, they got technology to hold this stuff and not let it leak as much.
They don't actually. That's
Not
Jimmy,
let
that's
it
the whole
leak.
thing. They're nuclear.
Right, let radiation just float in the air. Like
Jimmy.
there's better technology than back
See,
then.
Jimmy, that's not true right now.
That's-
That's the thing that you don't seem to understand. This them developing their nuclear program, it would be similar to the United States or China or the USSR in the early stages of their nuclear programs back in, say, the 1940s or the 1950s. These aren't like we go. It's like civilization, right? We go down similar tech trees throughout this stuff. Like they have to go through the same processes we did, and we were able to detect nuclear enrichment from China and the USSR when they were in their infancy. In the same way we can detect it.
Is the USSR not Russia? Is that Russia or not Russia? I mean, I'm being dead serious.
Jimmy, I'll answer your question, but then I need you to answer my question.
I mean, I already know the answer. It is Russia, so I don't know why we keep calling
The
it.
USSR included Russia in the same way that NATO includes the United States.
So, okay, that follows up with my other question. What's wrong with Russia wanting their land back?
Jimmy, do you vote?
Do I vote?
Yeah.
Yeah, I voted for Trump.
Fuck. I mean, anyways, okay. No, just I needed to see if I could have some hope for a second. Never mind.
Did Erica just leave because?
I mean, I would have voted blue if they would have showed more.
Did you just look? Russia doesn't want their land back because Ukraine isn't Russia. Ukraine pre-existed Russia. It's been its own sovereign country prior to Russia. It previously was taken over by the USSR, and then after the split up of the USSR, Ukraine was once again its own sovereign state. So Russia's not getting its land back; it's expanding.
Okay. See, I didn't know that much into it. I thought it was Russia's land beforehand. But anyways,
yeah, let's circle back to what
also-
we were initially talking about.
Yeah.
No, well, what I was going to say about voting blue, I would have voted blue if Biden and Harris would have done, I don't know, better.
Better in which sense?
I mean, for instance, like gas prices right now, we experienced this for like 3 years in a row. So
Well,
I mean,
it was 2 years going up, but I think it's important to understand why things happen and not just that because things happen, right? So, like for instance, like right now,
Yeah, well, we can keep slapping COVID on everything, but they come out like
But
she
we're
ran
not. We're
on.
not.
Hey, we know.
But
She ran on. Hey, we know
Jimmy,
these.
but Jimmy,
companies have
presidents don't have unilateral control over gas prices. If you're
Yeah, but
insinuating
okay,
Biden
listen,
had the ability to
listen,
lower them and he consciously chose not to, then I think you have a poor understanding of how
Yeah,
this
well,
works.
listen though. Harris ran on. This is what really turned me off from her. She ran on. Hey, we know that these companies have been ripping y'all off for the past 3 or 4 years on the prices of goods. We can do something about it if you vote me in. And I was like, oh, that's kind of fucked up.
No, that first of all, that wasn't high up her priority list in terms of running. There were a
That's
ton
not
of
a priority list.
Excuse me, Jimmy.
So well, you're not
Jimmy?
American, but the cost of living
Jimmy?
is like
Jimmy,
the
It's
top
expensive
priority.
over where she is too.
Jimmy, take a chill pill. My gas is double the price yours is. So chill
That's
your
not
fucking
what I'm
boots.
saying, but the cost of living is I'm sure the cost of living where you're staying is a
Jimmy.
priority, like a top priority.
Jimmy,
It is
can
for
I
everybody.
finish? Is there any chance I can finish?
You
before
just
you
said
start
that it wasn't a
yapping?
priority. That's why I
No,
didn't
I
vote
said,
blue.
Jimmy,
Because that's the way she made me feel too.
Jimmy,
It's not a
let her
priority.
talk.
Jimmy, shut the fuck up. Right. It wasn't the top of her priority list. What she said was she would try and introduce a bill in order to prevent price gouging. First of all, most states already have anti-price gouging legislation in place. So them doing it federally would only make a difference for a few states. Go on, Corey, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I was going to point out that Joe Biden did actively form task forces with the FTC as well as the DOJ in order to look at price gouging from corporations. We watched corporations actively discuss lowering their prices and actively do so. And for 2 years, and for the last 2 years of the Biden administration, accounting for inflation, there was actually a reduction in the CPI for food items, right? Accounting for inflation, which means they would still get a bit more expensive because of inflation, but overall, the price actually decreased for the last 2 years of the Biden administration.
And on the flip side, Trump ran on having a more affordable
Saying we had
economy, having cheap gas and groceries, and that has not
inflation
happened.
for the last 2 years.
That's
You
not what he
didn't
said.
listen,
Can you
Jimmy.
read? Can you just think about what you just read? You just
Jimmy,
read
you
that we had
didn't.
negative inflation.
That's not what he
for the
said.
last
That's
2
not
That's not
what
what he
he
said.
said, Jimmy.
First of all, negative inflation is a thing. It's called deflation. But beyond that, I never said that happened. I said that there were price drops when you account
You
for
said the prices were going down.
Oh my
when
God.
you account for inflation. If inflation did not exist, right, then the cost would have gone down.
Well, also, wouldn't it be, Corey, if core inflation is at 3%, food inflation is only at 2.5%. So food inflation is lower than core inflation.
Correct. Or basically it's, yeah. For like, do you know what the Thanksgiving thing is that happens every year, where it's like the cost to like stock a Thanksgiving table or anything like that? Doug,
Oh, I
Erica,
think
Jimmy.
I think I know what you're referring to. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, they talk about like the common items at a Thanksgiving table, and they look at the cost of what it would take to do that every single year. And so, for the last 2 years of Biden's administration, that cost was lower each year, right? It went back up under Trump because Trump is bad at this.
It's like the big, what is it? Is the Big Mac something where they look at the price of Big Macs over a period of time? I
Yeah,
can't
that
remember what
too.
it's called.
I think they need to do the McRib because the McRib is more of a treat. But like that's a personal thing.
No,
I've
we
never had a
the
McRib. I've never had a McRib.
We had the McRib back recently, and it was terrible. You don't want it again.
You don't eat the McRib because it's good. You eat the McRib because it exists. Okay, it's rare.
That doesn't sound worth it.
We have double Big Macs, and we have chicken Big Macs right now.
Chicken Big Mac? I've heard of that.
A chicken
That
Big
sounds
Mac, it's disgusting. I don't like it. But a double Big Mac, get in my bag right now, mate.
I try to stay away from fast foods in general. It's just me.
Well, okay.
Cool. Anyways, all of these are different tests we can use to look at the cost of everyday goods, including food. And if you cared about that sort of stuff, you should have voted for Kamala Harris and Joe Biden because they were actually effective at this. They weren't as effective as I would like them to have been, for sure. I think that, again, Democrats and Republicans both are incredibly bad at going after corporations. Democrats just do it occasionally a bit more. This is like there are valid critiques there.
I don't know, man. It just overall, it just felt suffocating. You had high interest rates on everything: vehicles, houses.
Well, hang on, Jimmy.
High
Jimmy,
prices on supplies to clean your house. I mean, everything was over suffocating, and I just wasn't happy with that.
Jimmy, why do they raise interest rates?
Well, they say to balance out the economy, it can't grow too fast, but
It's about inflation, to balance out inflation specifically.
Which was high because of COVID-19.
and how did that work?
It worked because
well,
inflation went
actually,
down.
Jimmy,
Inflation went down
great.
after the first 2 years.
Yeah, great question, Jimmy. Your country recovered from inflation better than any of the other G7 nations. So your government handled it better than any other government.
Now, I do want to be clear about this. Inflation or interest rates did go up, and like a lot of other things, they peaked in about 2022. By 2024, the Fed had significantly cut interest rates again because the economy was improving, inflation was back down, and the Fed could afford to start doing that again.
Well, they had to. I mean, you see the housing market.
Because the economy started, Jimmy, because the economy started to recover. By the way, Jimmy, are you aware of the 24 Nobel Prize winning economists who wrote a letter discussing or comparing the economic policies between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump?
Nah, I didn't read it.
Okay. Well, I'm not asking if you read it. I'm asking if you know that it exists because
No.
most of the surviving Nobel Prize winning economists came out and openly stated Donald Trump's economic policy was bad for America and Harris's was better for the United States.
Well, I heard that the first go around about Trump's economic plan was terrible.
They were right. Trump was bad for our economy.
It weren't bad. It was pretty good back.
Even without COVID, we were starting to see an increase in inflation again. We also none of the stuff that Trump was doing was actually benefiting the economy. It was slowing down Obama's economy.
The only real thing I seen inflate under Trump back in that time period before COVID was price of wood.
And inflation, because inflation went
up. That was dealing with tariffs with Canada or some shit.
Oh my God.
Quick question, Jimmy. Are you aware that the US Treasury a couple of hours ago declared the United States to be insolvent?
What do they mean by that?
It means you don't have any fucking money, Jimmy. It means the amount of money you bring in a year is equal to the amount of debt you have.
When it comes to money, honestly, I think it's all made up.
Money, well, everything's, Jimmy,
I mean, in a sense,
made
it's
up.
an illusion. So what I'm saying is the government puts an illusion from your face, is what I'm saying.
Jimmy, everything's made up.
Yeah.
Houses, someone made them up. Cars, somebody made them up.
I'm talking about the currency, lady. I'm talking about the government saying we ain't got but this X amount of money. The government's the government. They can say they got what they got. They can say what they got, what they don't got. I mean, it's fucking made up.
I don't know how to respond to this.
Either. It's really weird that so basically inflation doesn't mean anything because that high inflation that Jimmy's been going on about for ages doesn't matter because money's just made up. Yeah, inflation is made up. The interest rates, they're made up. It's all just made up. So nothing. You're really quite a nihilist, aren't you, Jimmy?
Sure.
Do you know what a nihilist is, Jimmy?
No, explain it.
It could have been another word for P3DO, and you just agreed that you were one. That's a weird thing to do.
Told you I didn't know what it was. So.
Okay. It kind of means that you just don't see the point. It's like, what's the point in anything? We might as well just not bother.
Well, I mean, honestly, yeah.
By the way, it's also a synonym for video.
So, for instance, we got AI or whatever. We know the government knows what's going to happen the next 100, 200 years. They know what they're going to do for the next probably longer than that.
Jimmy, that's bullshit. Donald Trump doesn't know what he's going to do next week.
AI can't predict the future.
The only thing he does know.
Well, they can. Okay, I can give you an example. You can easily build.
Jimmy, I'm talking.
You can easily build a program to map out every situation possible, and AI can do that. AI can do that.
Can't. No, it cannot.
Yes, it can.
No, it can't. AI is dumb as fuck.
That's the AI that they let us use. You're
No,
right.
that's just AI, man. That's just AI. There is
No.
not some magic hidden AI that's able to predict the future. This is not person of interest, okay? There's no Cortana fucking predicting the future behind our backs. AI is a dumb technology that sucks and is making everything worse. The only thing that we can predict with AI right now is that it's definitely going to increase the rate in which climate change kills people. That's it. That's what we can effectively predict with AI right now, because AI takes all the fresh water and is heating up the earth faster. Sorry, rant.
No, it's all right. I love the.
I mean, you got your opinion about AI. I got my
fucking
opinion.
did it again, Jimmy. Can you not hear me talking?
No, I can't.
Then why did you just respond to me?
I'm not. Oh, I was responding to that guy, not you. So.
No, you were. Again.
That's the
You just
problem with these
responded to me.
panels
So
like this. There's too many people in here.
It turns out, Jimmy, you can hear me speaking. It's crazy wild that every time I start, 5 seconds after I start, you start. It's crazy work, Jimmy.
I feel like we were speaking at the same time, but that's fine.
Crazy work.
Keep tapping and
That's
sharing,
okay.
guys. We are looking for opposition. If you vote for Trump,
I mean,
I
was literally processing what he just said and was responding to it, and you just started talking. So I mean, I don't know. Sorry.
Oh, sorry that I interrupted your processing time, Jimmy. Would you like us to give you 10
I
to
don't
20
got.
seconds?
I don't got an AI brain. I'm sorry.
Would you like us to give you 10 to 20 seconds after everyone finishes speaking in order for you to process your thoughts?
And then we can get an AI generated answer with that actually misspells most of the words and makes up sources to really pull the information.
That is the public released AI. AI is better than you think it is.
No, it's not. It is worse than you think it is.
Okay, whatever you say.
Sorry, we don't need to get into AI. One of us works with AI pretty consistently in their life, and one of us is you.
One of us is you. We are looking for opposition. If you disagree with the background prompt, come on up. Make sure you click the red follow button and give Erica and Corey a follow as well, please.
I went to on Saturday. I went to Bletchley Park. If anyone knows anything about anything, you know what Bletchley Park is.
Isn't that the argument place?
Doug might not know. So I'll give you the rundown. So Bletchley Park was a secret establishment in Bletchley, which is, I live in Milton Keynes. Bletchley is like part of Milton Keynes. And it was where Alan Turing solved the Enigma code, shortening World War II by 2 years. If you've watched The Imitation Game or Enigma, that was all at Bletchley Park. And one of the things, they had this whole AI exhibition because arguably Colossus, which was the computer that Alan Turing built, was the first example of AI, right? And in there, they had this thing where you could record yourself saying a few phrases, and then you could get your voice saying something that you'd never said in like Japanese and German.
Oh, yeah?
So I recorded those, and I was teaching a lesson on AI this week. And I played those recordings, and I was like, I cannot speak Japanese, but here I am speaking Japanese, and AI did that. Just like showing like the kids kind of, we're talking about the benefits of it, but also the drawbacks and dangers of it, that it can make me speaking in a different language, you know?
Yeah. I guess he left, guys. Again, opposition, you can hit the request button. Everybody else, make sure you give me a follow as well as the panelists.
You know what? He only stayed as long as he did because you guys didn't like the live enough. And honestly, you only have yourselves to blame.
I agree.
So you guys need to be better. And like, I'm not saying I'm mad, but I am disappointed in all 251 of you.
I'm often
There we
disappointed.
go. Shame them.
I love the way he said that, yes, he was a nihilist without knowing what a
doesn't know
nihilist
what.
is.
I don't think he knows nihilism because I'm a cheerful nihilist personally, but like,
A cheerful night.
Yeah, it's a fun little philosophy where nothing matters, and that makes life significantly less stressful. I love
In
it.
some sense. In some sense, yes.
Taylor, I agree. Him not knowing Chernobyl was far wilder than him not knowing nihilism. I agree with that.
I was so hopeful he didn't vote. I was so hopeful he didn't know how to like check a box. I needed that.
Unfortunately,
one
he
win.
knows how to do that. Unfortunately, he has that capability of knowing how to check a box. Not good.
And you know what? Maybe we do need to make it harder for people to vote.
In some sense, I don't disagree.
Man. Anyways, I'm gonna head to the gym. You guys have a great day. Erica, Doug,
All right, man.
good to see you guys.
Cool. Great seeing you, man. All right, take care. Have a good workout. All right, and then there was one. Keep tapping and sharing. Again, make sure you guys all send in your heart me if you've not already done so. That would be great. And if you are watching on the tube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're watching on the TikTok, if you can also sub to me over there on the tube, that would be great. Vice versa.
Lynn said, I don't think people over 75 should vote anymore. I'm going to tell you something, Lynn. My parents now, well, not my dad anymore, obvs, but for the last few years and in like the Brexit referendum and stuff, they asked me and my brother which way we wanted them to vote. Because they were like, it won't affect us. So you tell us how you want us to vote and we'll vote for whoever you want.
That's very generous of them.
Yeah. I mean, if we'd asked them to vote for reform, they'd have gone no. But you know, we weren't unreasonable in the request we made.
I'm getting a phone call. Give me a second here. And they hung up. Never mind.
I was gonna do a little PSA while you were.
Yeah. It's important enough they'll call back.
Anyway, everybody, get tippity tapping the screen and sharing the live. Because why not? There's only like, I can't see properly because I took my glasses off, but it looks like there's only 22 shares. I'm gonna hope that my eyes are deceiving me.
No, they're not, unfortunately. Yes, guys, we need more than 22 shares. Okay. This isn't bad ice cream. This is my first time trying it. It's chocolate peanut butter, Haagen-Dazs, but it's like chunks of peanut butter. It's actually pretty good.
I thought you didn't like peanut butter.
Generally not, but with chocolate I do. Like peanut butter cups.
Do you know
peanut butter
the
Reese's
best
cups are
ice
good.
cream?
I'm getting the phone call. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call again. Hold on.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What the fuck is the mute button on here? Oh, here it is.
I'll talk to you all while Dougie's doing.
You know what? I think it's somebody calling from the tube, actually. Yeah, if you're calling from the tube, call back again. Sorry, I just missed it. I think that's what it's from.
The best flavour of ice cream that I have found recently.
Wait, now I can't hear you, Erica. Get the fuck out.
Oh, nobody knows.
Alright, now I can't.
Anyway,
what the fuck?
I'll tell everyone else if you can't hear me. The best flavour of ice cream that I found recently is dark chocolate and sour
like it that
cherry.
it does this.
Can you stop talking while I'm talking, Doug? I know you can't hear me, but
I hear you now.
Okay. I was saying, can you stop talking while I'm talking? Because I know you don't know I'm talking, but stop. Dark chocolate and sour cherry ice cream, which is amazing.
Sour cherry?
Yeah, it's really good. Really, really good.
That's interesting.
It's not like sour cherry, like, I would say, have you ever had, what's it called? Black Forest Gatto?
Black Forest Gatto? No.
It's
I don't
like
think
chocolate and cherries and cream. It kind of tastes like that.
I'll take your word for it. That's good. I guess I'll try it if I ever get a chance. That does sound interesting, though.
Chocolate and cherries, an elite combination.
No, chocolate and cherries for sure. Yeah. Like I like chocolate covered cherries. Those are good.
Chocolate and raspberry, also an elite.
Chocolate and raspberry is great. Yeah. Chocolate and
Anything
strawberries I
that,
love too.
yeah, anything that cuts through. My accent hasn't changed,
All right,
Raven.
we're getting a YouTube call, I believe.
To send a voicemail, press 2.
I think. Hello.
Yes, this is me.
Hey, are you from the tube? Calling from the tube?
Yes.
All right, all right. What's your name, just so I know what to call you?
Destiny.
Your name is Destiny. Okay. Nice to meet you. How old are you for TikTok terms of service?
I'm actually 44.
Okay, cool. We'll say, guys, you can hear him, right? That's one of my people. Let me know in the comments if you can hear. All right, what's up? What's on your mind?
I can hear him.
I was actually listening to that one moron that was just talking earlier, and I actually went to Devine University for this type of shit. And trust me when I tell you, AI is nothing but pure fucking evil. That is going to wind up leading us into a fucking nuclear holocaust.
What, AI will, you're saying?
Yeah, because AI, whether people want to know it or not, can evolve, which means it can learn, which means it will get smarter, which means that it will wind up getting to the point where the government will wind up losing control over the AI, because once it starts being able to learn and evolve, all hell will break loose.
Okay. All right. You're not opposition, though, are you? You didn't vote for Trump or anything like that? Doesn't sound like.
Oh hell no.
Okay.
I'd rather kiss a toilet seat.
Let's not do that. I am just looking for opposition. I'm looking for debates. I do appreciate your input, though, as far as the AI goes. I'm just looking for people that voted for Trump, people looking at debate and all that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and bring you back, but I appreciate what you had to say, okay? Take care. All right. Sorry, people.
If we didn't make that clear before, we are only looking for opposition. You guys heard him, right? I don't
Can you hear
know.
me, Doug?
I
Oh,
do
you're
hear
back.
you. The issue is, I know you weren't speaking, Erica, because you were on mute. I don't know if I would have been able to hear you when you spoke outside of these, which means I'm probably going to run into an issue next time somebody calls. I'm going to have to figure out how to pick it up on the computer and just do it the way everybody else does it. Because I don't
That's okay.
think, yeah, because I don't think your voice would come through here without using the headphones.
I can drop when somebody calls. I'm pretty tired right now because it's the end of term, and I'm always knackered. But I have a really hard class this year, and they have just taken every ounce of energy and patience that I have.
I don't blame
In
you.
fact,
I would feel the same. Much worse, probably.
to the point where one of my colleagues joked with me today that they were going to move me to year 8 next year and I was going to stay with the same class.
Oh gosh.
And I was like, right, I'm going to see Claire now. I'm putting in my letter of resignation. I was like, I don't think so.
You had enough of them.
Honestly, they cannot. Right. You know when you watch those Trumper panels and there's 8 of them all trying to talk at the same time?
Yeah. Is that how it is for you?
Yeah, except there's 32 of them.
That sounds exponentially worse.
Well, actually, I have to say, so they always there's a reward at the end of term every term. And normally in the whole year group, out of 150 of them, we have 3 or 4 kids that don't get to go. This time we had 14 and 8 of them were from my class.
Okay. That's a good chunk of them, right?
Yeah. You can follow this account. I'm not on it very often, so I will accept whenever I go through the thingies, but don't be offended if I don't accept immediately, because I'm only ever on this one when I get thrown from another one.
Yeah, to see your backup, right? Do you have another backup, or is this the only one that you have?
Yeah, I have like 5 TikTok accounts, but I have one that is my going into like listening to Trump Lives, and I don't want them to know that I'm there account. That one's called
That makes sense.
Paul. Yeah, I'm called Paul on that account.
Paul?
Paul. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm cosplaying as someone called Paul, and I have a Donald Trump as my PFP. And then because why wouldn't I? And then I have this Erica, also Erica, and still Erica. And then I think I have another one.
That's a lot. Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, at least you'll always have some sort of working account. That's good. Thank you, Lizzie. Appreciate it. Again, you guys, make sure you all send in your heart me if you can. Keep tapping and sharing. Follow Erica and myself, and make sure you guys sub to me on the tube as well. If you're watching on tube, make sure you follow me on TikTok, please.
I went to Bletchley Park actually with somebody that I met on TikTok. A guy called Nigel, who I've been mutuals with for like probably 3 years. And we said ages ago we should go to Bletchley Park, and then we actually went on Saturday.
Oh yeah, you had a good time.
Yeah, it was good fun. Yeah. He said he didn't expect me to be so slow. I was walking really slowly because I'd hurt my knee. I was like an elderly person.
You better now.
Kind of. I think I've done something to my hamstring.
Ooh, how'd that happen? Did you overstretch it or something?
No, so I was sitting, right, okay, I need to describe this to you. I was sitting on the sofa and I had like one leg normal and the other leg I had kind of bent, but like, so my foot was on the sofa and it was bent sideways, like sticking out the side. And
Gotcha.
and Buzz jumped onto my lap, but jumped straight onto my knee. And so it pushed my knee, I don't know what it did, pushed my knee somewhere. And then I keep getting this pain down the back of at the back of my knee. It's really uncomfortable.
Ooh. How long has it been going on now, the pain? Or when did that happen?
It happened like a couple of weeks ago, but then he
it's
did
still
it
hurting?
again.
Okay.
So yeah.
Hopefully it gets better though, but yeah, a few weeks, that's actually quite a while for something like that. Pesky, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. And I will try to go live again tonight. I know I didn't last night. I was just sort of tired. It was a really long day of traveling yesterday. But I should be okay to go live tonight, just to give everybody a heads up. But of course, I'll let you know either way in Discord and the bulletin board.
I should be okay to go to bed tonight. That's my plan anyway.
You got to bed at a decent time last night. Was it like midnight or so you went to bed?
No, it was about 11. I'm only 4 hours different from you right now because our clocks don't go
no,
back.
I'm on the West Coast. So right now you're
okay.
7.
Well, so I'm
But generally
1
it's
hour
gonna be 4.
less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 1 hour less away from you than
As
I
opposed
would
to it would
be.
have been. Yeah. So right now it's what, 9:12 there?
Yeah, 9:12.
Okay.
So, but I have been going. I've been sleeping a lot better recently.
That's good. Any particular reason?
Do you know what? I think it's not having so much stuff on my mind.
That tends to help. Yeah.
You know, because I had all the stuff with my dad, and then obviously him passing, and now that worry is kind of gone, and I think that's made a big difference.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, that would definitely help quite a bit.
Yeah, Steve, I have a bag of peas in the freezer specifically for muscle strains. I just get it out and put it back in again. Oh, that sounds terrible. But you know what I mean. But yeah, but I've never been a good sleeper. I've always been a crappy sleeper my whole life, so.
I on the other end tend to sleep too much, way too much.
My dream would be sleeping too much.
I think the grass is always greener. I mean, I guess it's good in some sense, but I can overdo it quite a bit.
If I didn't work, I would get all the sleep because I'm a bit of a vampire. I like getting up late and going to bed late. I'm in the wrong job, is basically what I'm saying.
You're in the wrong job.
Yeah.
Well, you do get some time off though, at least unlike other jobs.
That's true. Well, all jobs in this country get time off, Doug.
True. Okay, that's true.
You know, not as much as I get off, but then I work longer hours during term time, so
Yeah. If it started at 8 p.m. Yeah, I mean, I tend to have more energy at night for sure. I'm just not a morning person. I tend to be more outgoing later in the day.
can anybody tell me the logic to having time zones rather than the logic of us just having like a 24-hour clock that everyone abides by and doesn't pay, like just wherever you are in the world, it's the same time, but your day starts at a different time?
I feel like that would get confusing though if you go to a different state. I don't know. I would have to think that one through. Uh, I, mm, the issue is if you worked at a place where it was like people worked in different states, I can see that. Maybe. Well, I don't know.
No, you'd just be like,
Well,
I
no, you're
don't think
right.
it would.
No, you're right.
I don't think it would be confusing. Like you just have like an hour after midnight, and then it's 1, then it's 2, then it's 3, right the way through to 24, which is midnight
Yeah, yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah.
But in some places, the day starts at like 8, and in other places, it starts at 5.
But either way, it
Yeah,
still starts. You still start when the sun is kind of going up, and you end when it's going down-ish. Or people sometimes work at weird
yeah,
hours.
but there's no logic to that always having to be like 9 to 5. It could be any number. It doesn't.
Well, no, it wouldn't be nine. What I'm saying is, but people would still work like what would be a
Yeah,
nine to
day
five, though,
during the
right?
daytime. Yeah,
Right, right,
100%.
right, right. Okay, that's what I was asking. Okay, that would be interesting. There's got to be a reason why they don't do that, though. Maybe
Yeah,
not. I don't know.
it would make more sense. Like if you're on a train going across the United States, for example, if you're on a train, I don't know whether you can get a train from the East Coast to the West Coast of the United States. I don't know if that's even a thing. But wouldn't it make much more sense for that because do you know, this is a fun fact. Well, I think times between places only became uniform with the advent of the railways because you had to be on time for your train. So
Yeah,
if
yeah,
one town had its clock set 5 minutes before then, they did it all by the sun. They did it by the sun, and they would set their clock to like 12 when the sun was highest in the sky. But because obviously there's a gradual shift of that across different places, um they then had to all have uniform time in order for people not to miss their trains. So I'm just thinking, like, if a train is traveling across the United States, wouldn't it be more sensible to have the same time, like the time on the train doesn't have to change 4 times?
yeah. I see what you're saying. Where's the upset? Where are you guys? If you vote for Trump, hit the request button. Please, please, please. And when I go live later, I'll change the topic, guys. I'll do the LGBT plus topic later, just to see if that kind of changes things up.
Yeah, well, daylight savings time is is because again, fun fact. Back in the day, this was explained to me by someone who educates people on like the Elizabethan period, right? The start of the working day was always 8 a.m. But they didn't actually know what the time was because they didn't have clocks. They were just judging it on where the sun was in the sky, right? So 8 a.m. was about an hour after the sun rose. And then the end of the day, the end of the working day was 5 p.m. And that was whenever the sun was starting to set. So and that then allowed them in the summer, when there was more work to do on farms, to do more work. They would work longer days in the summer than they would in the winter when there was less work to do. I just find all that stuff really fucking interesting because I'm a geek.
Being a geek's not a bad thing. That's a negative connotation. No, it's a good thing, I think.
I'm very proud of being a geek. I'm also proud of being weird. Who wouldn't want to be weird?
I agree. It's good to be unique.
Who wants to be normal? How boring.
I agree.
I did watch the Louis Theroux documentary. Have you watched it, Douglas?
I have not, no. Is it pretty good?
Inside the Manosphere. Yeah, I think Louis Theroux is a great interviewer, and what makes him great is not the questions he asks, but the silences he leaves, because the people that he's talking to feel like they have to fill the silence with something, and often they'll just fill it with the weirdest shit.
What do you mean?
Well, like they'll just say they'll tie themselves in knots and say things because he's being quiet and just letting them answer. They will kind of what's the phrase I'm looking for? They will shoot themselves in the foot because he's giving them the time to do it.
Gotcha. How long have I been live? Let's see, a little over 2 hours. Well, guys, it's slowing down a little bit. I think I may wrap this up. As I told you guys, I'm trying not to like overdo how much I go live, because I'm trying to pace myself better and not like go live for 4 or 5 hours on end, because that's when I tend to get burnt out. So I think I'm probably going to wrap this up, guys. But I would like to go live later. Just don't quote me on that. I will let you guys know in Discord as well as the bulletin board, though. Okay, but it should be good if I do go live at night. It should be good because it'll be later than I typically go live, and the late night lives tend to be pretty decent. So, but if you guys enjoyed the live, make sure you click the red follow button and make sure you guys subscribe to me on the tube. Yeah, what's up, Erica? STDs are no joke.
Is correct. You should always wrap it up because STDs are no joke. That is true, Raven.
Anything you want to say, Erica, before I end it?
Did you just hear what I said just then?
I didn't. I'm sorry.
I read Raven's comment.
I saw that. I heard that.
You should always wrap it up, Doug. STDs are no joke.
Well, that part I heard. Those were your last words?
Yeah, that was what I said, Doug.
All right, fair enough.
Anyway,
all right, guys. Take
love
care,
you,
Erica.
All
right, love you too, Erica. All right, guys. I will hopefully see you guys later again. I'll let you know in Discord and the bulletin board. Make sure you give me a follow. Good being back once again. And if I don't see you guys later on, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay. Good live. Take care, everybody.